You've tried it your way, but you're still in debt. Or maybe you're doing okay, but want to invest smarter, grow faster. MillionaireX.ai gives you real step-by-step strategies to ditch debt or stack wealth. Stop dreaming and start planning. Visit MillionaireX.ai today. I want you to be the next millionaire next door.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Let's stop acting like we don't see how this game is played. If you tired of folks throwing shade with a smile and keeping you boxed in with that slick behind-the-scenes racism, it's time to upgrade your survival skills. See, Phillip Scott dropped more than just knowledge. He handed you a playbook with passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy. This ain't the in-your-face kind. This is that sneaky, office space, let-me-block-your-blessings type of racism that'll have you questioning your own reality. It's time to call it what it is and arm yourself with the facts. But baby, don't stop at just peeping the system. Break those mental chains too. That's why you need 7 steps to decolonize the mind. This is about freeing yourself up top, walking in confidence, and letting the world know your mind is not for rent, lease, or layaway. It's time to reclaim your power step by step. So don't just watch, take action. Click over to Amazon.com, type in passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy and 7 steps to decolonize the mind, and secure both books for yourself, your crew, and anybody ready for that mental liberation. La Sherika said it, now go do it. Invest in your freedom. Pick up both books today on Amazon.com. Trust me, your mind will thank you.
After 13 years of exposing lies in the media, I discovered the biggest lie of all. They want you to think racism is random, accidental, just bad people doing bad things. But what if I told you anti-black racism was engineered, programmed like software, marketed like a product, and designed to survive across generations? That's exactly what I prove in my new book, Us versus the Machine, How Anti-Black Racism Was Programmed, Marketed, and Made to Survive. This isn't another book about what racism looks like. This is the blueprint of how it was built, who profits from it, and most importantly, how to dismantle it. I spent years connecting dots that they never wanted connected, following money trails that they thought were buried, exposing the machine that runs on our oppression. Knowledge is power, but strategic knowledge is liberation. Get Us versus the Machine on Amazon today, because once you understand the system, you can beat the system.
If you have not been tuning in before, my goodness, you've missed out on a lot. Broke boy, but with potential. What made you realize this soft life is for me?
I deserve it. Because main money is special. I'm single.
But you don't like to be alone now. I'm looking for a guy to break my heart.
As long as they're Nigerians now.
Watch Slay Queen Nigeria, only on the African Diaspora News Channel app.
From November 14th to 21st, we're inviting you to join us for a powerful trip to Ghana. This isn't just a vacation. This is a chance to walk through the same places where many of our people were captured, held, and shipped off into slavery. So don't wait. Secure your spot today. We're making history by walking through it. Will you be with us?
In H-Town, we want news that speaks truth, just like we do.
ADNC keeps me informed and him inspired.
We've been through too much to trust mainstream media. This feels like us.
From the D to the diaspora, ADNC is how I stay woke.
We binge ADNC like it's Netflix, but smarter.
They speak on us, but never for us. ADNC does.
No fluff. No filters. Just the truth, daily.
From Wall Street to 125th, we're watching our news.
Download the African Diaspora News Channel app today to stay connected to the culture.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on the stream. We greatly appreciate it. It is the 26th, I guess the last Friday of September. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a Christian nationalist, speaking about his church and black people. We definitely going to get into that tonight. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe or follow or like whatever platform you're on as of right now. Also, we want to thank everyone who joined us on the African Diaspora News Channel app. We greatly appreciate that. I'm seeing y'all doing that, and that's beautiful. We're trying to get to our first benchmark of 5,000 members, and we're trucking along. So thank you for doing that. If you have not joined, then say please join us there. It's our own platform. It's a place where we can talk without worrying about getting, a filtered, censored, or whatever shadow ban that happens on these platforms, right? When we wanted to do a stream last week, we couldn't do it here because, the subject matter. So we did it on the app, right? So that make sure to do that. We're going to do much more of that. So don't miss out. All right, real quick. Let me get to what I want to get to first. Let me talk to some sisters out here. Okay. So there was this sister went to Tunisia. Now, if you know anything about Tunisia, and we've covered Tunisia on this platform, Tunisia is in North Africa. And North Africa in particular, a lot of these Arabs, let me stick to Tunisia. I'm not going to talk about nowhere else. I covered Tunisia, and I was showing on a report out of Tunisia how they treat the black Tunisians over there. And they literally treat them like the Jim Crow South. Now, I just want to preface that, and then I want you to watch this clip real quick of this black American woman, two black American women that decided to go they behind all the way to Tunisia. Let's go ahead and look at this real quick before we get to this Christian nationalist here.
What happened to me? Just know I was trying to fight. I was fighting for my life. A grown-ass man. I was fighting for my life. You know what I'm saying?
We met best friends Mika and Queen at Mika's home in Montgomery County. They just got home Tuesday from what was supposed to be another one of their adventurous week-long vacations, this time to Tunisia. That's in northern Africa.
It was traumatizing. Like, even here, like now, like she got her own house, I got my own place. We stayed together. Like, we still scared because it's like, I don't even know what happened. I don't know how it happened. I don't know if y'all...
Mika says this past Saturday night, after returning from a club, she was drugged and kidnapped from her hotel after going to the lobby to get some tissues.
The next thing I remember, I'm in the back of a car, and I just start opening doors. I start panicking. I'm opening doors. I'm trying to get out.
She says a man was behind the wheel.
He's trying to pull me back in the car. I'm yelling, help, help, somebody help me. He's covering my mouth. That's where these scratches is from. He punching me all right here. I don't know if he thought he was going to knock me out, but I kept fighting. It was nothing. It had to be angels or something with me for me to... It's a grown man. He's punching me in my face, on my forehead, and both of my eyes. He's punching me. So I'm like... I just kept thinking I got to get back home to my kids. Like, I just got to get back home to my kids. So I just kept fighting. We're fighting. He's hitting me. We're going blow for blow. He's hitting me. I'm hitting him.
Queen was back at the hotel, the Penthouse Suites Hotel in Tunis. This is from its website. She says they were less than helpful.
And I'm running around the hotel looking for her. And like, bro, y'all want to tell me where she is? Like, what's going on? What's going on? And they started telling me like, oh, she left with this person, or she left with this person, or she made a friend. And I'm like, how can she make a friend? She doesn't speak these languages.
Mika has 2 black eyes, scrapes on her arms, and other injuries. She was able to get away and frantically make it back to the hotel.
All I could do was like go and try to get help and go downstairs and beg for help and beg for help. Like, please, y'all help me. She was hurt. Please help me, please. I have videos. They're like walking away. They're like, this didn't happen here. We don't know what you're talking about.
They called the U.S. Embassy in Tunis and were soon met by embassy staff and local police. Mika sharing her story on TikTok and Instagram.
They really tried to kidnap me in Africa. I feel like they never expected for me to come back. I was not supposed to come back to the hotel. I was supposed to, whatever plan they had for me, God had another plan.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this here. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. A lot of you sisters out here, and it's just women in general, but I'm not focusing on women in general. I'm talking about a lot of you sisters. Y'all like to do these girls trips. Y'all like to go by yourself, no men, and doing whatever y'all doing on them, right? You know, a lot of times when men are up to no good, they see a bunch of women, you pray because there are no men around, right? And some of you have this false sense of security, like you're still in America. You know, America, you got some security, but when you get outside of America, you don't have that kind of security. And you even have issues here in America too. But you go into these Arab countries, of all places to be going to by yourself. They don't treat black women right here. They don't even treat their own women right. Look at how they treat Arab women. They treat them horribly. So if they don't treat their own women right, why would they treat you right? I just want to just kind of preface that. So many African women have been trafficked in those Arab countries, have been put into all kind of slavery. It's right next door to Libya. Libya out here selling folk. Why in the world are you in Tunisia? Who told you to go out there? I mean, right now, the hot spot from what I'm hearing is Nairobi, Kenya. You should have went to Nairobi. Why in the world did you go over there? I'm trying to figure that part out. I don't have no desire to be in them North African countries because that's not what my people. I know African people are in those countries, yes, but those Arabs run it. It's not that it's black folks running those countries, and those black folks deal with hella racism in countries like Tunisia. Y'all need to be a lot smarter how y'all move. You know, you go in these clubs. I don't know what is it with the obsession with a club. I guess it's hard for me to get into that because, like, okay, you're listening to music, you're drinking, you're dancing, and just wash, rinse, and repeat. And especially in America, it's so freaking expensive in America. That's why I see why the Bible now talks about basically if you're a person that's a party animal, you surely gonna come into poverty. I see why, because now in the other countries the drinks may be a little cheaper, maybe, but a lot of people are plotting on you because you're a foreigner. So you're a foreigner. The bartender could be working with them, right? The people at the hotel could be working with them. You don't even speak the language. So that's another thing. Why would you go to a country you don't speak the language and you don't have somebody with you who do speak the language? If you're going to go to a country like that, you need to hire somebody that's going to be with y'all the whole time that speaks the language. You will have to pay them, but you need that kind of person with you. Because they're going to treat you one way because you're a foreigner. I don't know. Because I'm telling you what, black Americans in particular, a lot of you new to travel. And you just think that you're in America and you can move like America. You cannot move like America in those places. Before you go anywhere like that, do your freaking research. Hell, you can watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Look at the good, look at the bad of every country. Don't just look at the good, look at the bad of it too. Hear the horror stories of certain countries. Don't just go show up talking about, oh, I'm coming here to turn up. And dudes are sitting there plotting on you. Because you don't have no man around. What happened to traveling with men? Well, when did that become popular where a bunch of women just going by themselves somewhere? What happened to going with the men? Like a bunch of couples of men around, the men protect the women. I'm trying to figure that out. When did that get started? And it's not that every woman don't have a man. That's not the truth. No. There's women with men, and they still want to go with a bunch of women. Oh, we just having a good time and this and that and the third. Like, well, why can't everybody just go together? And you got men. Now, I gotta be fair. You got men that tell me, oh, I want to go on a guy's trip without the women. And I'm like, okay, but, you know, some of you got single friends that want to get into single friend things. And then you got a lady at home. And you wonder why you getting caught up in something. Or the insinuation of something. Right? Just saying. Yeah, you cannot move like America. You cannot move like that. Them people, them Arabs don't care nothing about, like I say, once again, their own women. Why in the world they care about you? They surely look down on black women. Because to them, you're an African. Listen, I don't care what y'all say here in America. When you go to them places, the first thing until you open your mouth, they're going to think you're an African, a West African at that. That's how they're going to peg you as some West African until you open your mouth and say, oh, you American. I'm telling you, that's how they're going to look at you. If you say nothing, they're going to assume you're an African. That's why some of that talk they do here, I don't get into it no more because I just know how you viewed all over the world. That's why I'm quick to speak to people. So I let you know where I'm from. I'm like, oh, you're American. Yeah, I'm American. I'm very quick to speak. Because speaking to people and then realizing you a Black American, it comes with certain treatment too. So yes, I want every bit of treatment I'm going to get on the good side. Now, even though Trump is making a bad name for Americans right now, the good thing is they know Black Americans not involved with it. So that's always a good thing. All right. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't care if you've been traveling for 30 years. I don't care. I don't care what tours you go on, sir. I just don't. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway. Let's go it on. Let's go it on and get into what we want to talk about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into that. You say so women shouldn't travel if they don't have a man. See, this is okay. Do whatever you want, okay? If you want to go to Libya, do it. If you want to go to Tunisia, do it. Go wherever you like. Just don't say nothing if something happens, okay? Because when men are trying to tell you something about certain places, maybe you should not be going, okay, because of the safety factors, maybe the racism factor, okay? But do whatever you would like. Go there tomorrow if you like. I cannot stop you. I'm not here to stop you. I'm just here just to be a cautionary person that's going to just raise the red flag, say, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Do whatever you would like. Please do what you like. I am not here to stop you. I'm not here, okay? Yeah. I got it. I know, little sister. I know, sister. And they wonder why I put on members only because usually the members only people don't say things like that. I'm just being honest with you. They don't. Sometimes that annoys me. That's why I do members only. I ain't gonna lie with you because I flow with y'all very well, but then you turn the members only on. It's a good flow. You turn it off, try to be nice, and then you get them kind of comments. Clearly, I'm trying to say to protect you. I'm not saying to do something bad to you, right? But like I said, do whatever you would like, whatever. I just don't want to hear it. That's my thing. Well, Soldier, yes, Soldier, I do that, Soldier. I make sure to any place I go that's new, I study it. And I see what's the good, bad, and in between. Some places I just don't want to go for a whole lot of reasons. The other places y'all may go. I have a criteria what I want to do. Certain way they live, I don't want to be around. Certain people may be there. I may not want to be there. And then because I just know me. If I'm not happy where I'm at, I'm going to ruin the trip. So it's best for me just not to go. Okay? All right. So let's get it. Now let's play. Yeah. Look, sister, I get it. Yeah, it's all that feminist. Yeah, I don't do well with feminism. I really don't. I really don't do well with feminism. But let's get to this Christian nationalist real quick, because I know we got a certain time period to be here, and let's cue him up.
But even let's say that somebody was coming into our church and they're Black, and would they be eligible for membership in our church? Yes, they of course they would. They'd be eligible for membership in our church, but would they be permitted to participate in, embody, and practice what I would call Black culture generally in our church? The answer is absolutely not. Why? Because the characteristics that mark Black culture as a generalization, in the same way Paul's talking about Cretans on Crete, they are evil, murderous, violent, bestial people. They steal, they kill, they destroy, they look like Satan.
I'm gathering myself first before I say something. That's why I got quiet. This guy literally describes his culture, not mine, his, What is he talking about? The first thing is, why are you discussing black people? Because the main guy, Douglas Wilson, who has that church in Moscow, Idaho. Let me pull up the name of that main church that they affiliated with. It's called Christ Church, and the co-founder of Communion of Reformed Evangelical Churches. Okay, that's it, in Moscow, Idaho. What black person is going to be up there in Moscow, Idaho with you anyway? Okay, I have not met one black person that want to go to Idaho, and maybe the other lady that was telling me about travel, maybe she want to go to Idaho, I don't know. But outside of her, who wants to go to Idaho? I don't. I have no desire to be in Idaho, because before I travel, even in these United States, I do my research, okay? And I'm not going to put myself or my family in any situation that they should not be, okay? So I want to know what black people you're talking about. You got to be talking about black immigrants, because you're surely not talking about black Americans. Because I don't know no black Americans that want to go up there with you with your alt-right haircut. So that's what he got. He got an alt-right haircut. We know by that alt-right haircut you got with your own, you won't have to say nothing. We know the haircut, bruh. Like I say, you're giving yourself away. And listen, this term Christian nationalist, let me tell you where that comes from. They know the term white nationalist is a very bad term, and they don't want to be put in that category. So, white supremacy going to remix it. So they'll say, okay, let's not call ourselves white nationalists. Let's call ourselves Christian nationalists. Okay, and if you read the scriptures, Jesus did not teach nationalism. He didn't teach that. That's not what he taught. So right there, but my position, you are not capable of being a Christian because of what you have done, what you continue to do. Let's go back to this guy here. Let's rewind what he had to say.
And how they act, they are sinful to the core. They, as a generalization, in the same way Paul's talking about Cretans on Crete, they are evil, murderous, violent, bestial people. They steal, they kill, they destroy. They look like Satan in how they act.
The fact that say they're looking like Satan, like who? Oh God! Please look in the mirror. Look like Satan.
They are sinful to the core. They have besetting sins that are like fatherlessness, sexual immorality. They molest children at a high rate.
No, he didn't say that about the children. Do y'all know the FBI has stated that the profile of the one who's going to do things with children or have possession of child, images and all that stuff they should not be having is a white male in his 40s. They the one be doing these things to children. Black men rank the lowest of doing that. Why? Because we find out you did it. So we going to jail. We may take we probably snatch your life from you. At minimum, put some work in on you. Because how I feel, you don't touch no child. There's too many women out here for that. But every time you look up, his community being caught doing something to children or to women or to animals, if you want to go there. Like, why is this guy lying? And he's, like I said, he's projecting. Why did he, you know what? Hold on. Let me get my friend in here. Hold on. Where's my friend at? Let me get my friend. Hey, Chad, I got a question. So this Christian nationalist just said a bunch of just things lying about us, saying that we are, we are evil, we do this, we do that, we the most violent, we like everything basically saying, I'm trying to sanitize it, that is a test to what his community is doing based on even FBI statistics, right? So why is he projecting on Black Americans all the things that happens in his community?
Yeah, that's a really important point, and it's a pattern that's not uncommon at all. When someone from a community, especially someone in a leadership role, starts projecting all those negative traits onto another group, it's often a form of deflection or scapegoating. In other words, they're trying to shift attention away from the issues within their own community by blaming someone else. It's a psychological tactic that's been used for a long time, basically a way to rally their own base by creating an external enemy or a target for fear. It's also about reinforcing certain stereotypes that have been around for a long time. By pushing those narratives, they're trying to keep the focus off the real statistics or the real issues that might be happening in their own backyard. So in short, it's a deflection tactic and a way to keep their followers focused on a convenient other rather than looking inward.
So what is the issue with accountability? Because it seems like accountability is kryptonite.
Yeah, that's a pretty spot on way to put it. Accountability can feel like kryptonite to people or groups who have built their identity or power structures around never having to answer for certain behaviors. When you've been in a position where you're rarely held accountable, having to suddenly face real consequences or scrutiny can feel deeply uncomfortable. It's really about maintaining a sense of control and not wanting to admit fault. If accountability means acknowledging wrongdoing or systemic issues, then it also means having to change something. And change can be threatening to those who benefit from the status quo. So yeah, for those folks, accountability isn't just about admitting a mistake. It's about potentially losing the narrative or the power they're used to. And that can feel like a huge threat, which is why they avoid it so fiercely.
All right. So as you heard Chad just give y'all some more information about this avoiding accountability and trying to, project onto us. It's about keeping everybody off of their scent. Listen, they know what they do, okay? They know exactly what they do every day. They know where the bodies are buried. They know all the school shooters. They know, listen, you cannot find any so-called black criminal that would do what they have done to children in schools. Listen, when they try to talk about the black single mother, I never want to hear no talk about black single mothers at this point. Let's talk about their single mothers, because obviously, and their fathers, because obviously they don't know how to raise children, because their children grow up and don't even become adults, and they want to go pick up, weapons of war and go take a bunch of lives. It's literally an epidemic in their community. It's an epidemic. It's not a one-off. So for this guy to come up here and try to say black people are violent, are you crazy? You put an instrument of destruction in a child's hand when they barely can hold a gun. That's all you good at. I'll give you that. Killing, stealing, and destroying. But you want to say us? Who have we killed in mass? What black people have stole in mass? And what countries have we destroyed in mass? We haven't genocided nobody. We haven't destroyed no nations. We haven't done any of that to nobody. So how can you sit up here on that internet and speak in that manner, like your hands and on your bloodline is full of innocent blood? And the reason why you're losing right now, and while your world is coming to an end at your own hand, because see, y'all trying to flip everything y'all do. You want to, Charlie Kirk, he was taken out by your own, but you want to go throw it to black people. This country is being unraveled by your own. Donald Trump, he's your own, but you want to go flip it to black people. You mad with black people for what? We ain't done nothing to you. We haven't done a thing to you. Y'all making yourselves look like savages. I don't know if you saw the video of this video that came out of this immigrant lady. I think they took her husband, so she was kind of in the face of one of them ICE officers or whatever. And boy, he pushed her down. Well, no different than how they treat us, basically. And everybody, oh my God, look what he did to her. And I'm like, I've seen him do that to black women plenty of times, right? But other groups now are starting to see how they being treated in this country. Other groups are seeing it. And also how I've seen the ICE people handle white women too. They giving them the good old black treatment. So they destroying their own country from within themselves. Then they just have another shooting at an ICE facility in Dallas. Who did that? Them. But then they trying to come put us in it. Like, why can't you take accountability for your community, your violence? You always talking about us. We have nothing to do with anything. My Lord. My Lord. Let's get back into this.
Any criminal statistic that you could look at, almost pretty much without exception, they excel at them. What are the besetting sins and characteristics of it? And then you say, could somebody come into lawful church membership embodying that culture? No, they have to self-consciously repudiate that culture. They have to leave it behind, repent of those sins. And not every individual practices those sins, but they could, by no standard, embody those practices and come into membership in our church. Of course not. So when we make this generalization, one of the purposes of it, one of the points of utility for it, is for Black people who do not embody that culture to repudiate it, hate it, and also for policymakers to make the kind of political movements and in terms of law and order that would usher in the change over time of that culture. One of them would be something like, I tweeted about this, the law of Moses in Deuteronomy 21 concerning a rebellious child. And the law was that if you had a rebellious son, you have a child they're coming up into their manhood and they're rebellious, they don't listen. He lists some characteristics and even though they're disciplined, they will not turn. He says the fathers to bring them out into the town square. This is a rebellious son, and then they stone him to death. They kill him.
And an armed robber would.
Okay, so basically, this guy on this particular podcast, he say with a straight face that if we have any wayward children, we need to bring them out in public and take but black people's the problem. Have y'all seen who's the problem? And he said this with a straight face. He wasn't saying, I'm laughing, I'm joking. No. He said that with a straight face. And you wonder where the radicalization come from. Y'all keep asking, how these guys getting radicalized? That guy right there. They go sit there and listen to that all the time, and then they get radicalized. That's who's radicalizing your own people. You keep saying, oh, well, it's the that stupidity. It's the Democrats. It's the left. No, it's people like him. He's radicalizing. That Christian nationalism crap that he's spewing, which is anti-Black racism. If anybody he should be worried about, he should be worried about the sons of his own community. Because last time I checked, the sons in their community is the one that's all the school shooters, is not the sons in ours. The sons in our community, they're going to probably harm themselves and maybe somebody that they got a problem with. It could be some casualties, unfortunately, that's around that person. But they mostly go after their particular op, right? They always say that sliding on the ops, right? They don't say sliding on school kids. They don't say sliding on the mall shoppers. They don't say that. No, they say I'm sliding on my op. That's really what that is. At least with the quote-unquote black criminal, they going after the one that they got a problem with. Not innocent people shopping at a mall, innocent people at a festival, innocent people going to class, school teachers, administrators. They don't do that. Y'all, in your community, y'all go pick up weapons of war and go harm innocent people for nothing and do nothing. It wasn't even your op. Wasn't anything to you, right? You just want to go do it. Some of them want to do it because they seen the other one did it and got notoriety. Kind of sick, twisted logic you got going on. We don't have nothing to do with any of this violence, but yet after Charlie Kirk, you threatening us, threatening our children at HBCUs. That's why I told y'all. When I told y'all this, some of you may not agree with me, and only God could check me on this one, what I'm about to say. Listen, there is, the Bible teach, I think in the book of Acts, that there are certain people who cannot be redeemed. There are certain people. There are certain people that grieve God so much that they cannot be redeemed. And when they get to that point, they're turned over to a reprobate mind. They don't know the difference between good and evil, because evil is good and good is evil to them. They don't have a conscience. They don't feel bad about nothing they're doing or saying. And when I hear a guy like that, that's all I see. Someone who just can't be redeemed. Because somebody that can be redeemed still have a consciousness. They still have like, man, you know, that's not right. I shouldn't be thinking like that. They have a sense of right and wrong. That's why I take the position, I don't want to talk. I don't want to debate. I don't want to do anything, because you just because certain ones, I just feel it. You just can't be redeemed. There's nothing to talk about. Don't waste your precious time talking. Then you don't want to talk to them. Why don't you want to debate? We need to get civil debate. It's just okay to exchange ideas. I don't like nothing you say. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to exchange with you. I don't want to do anything. That is a waste of my time. And I don't want to talk to no black folk that sides with that, because I put you in the same category as them. I don't want to talk to you either. God has never told us that we have to conversate with people that's in league with sin and unrighteousness. He never said that. I don't have to talk to you. When you knowingly doing it, I don't have to talk to you. What is that a debate with you about? What? I'm going to give my precious time and energy to issues that we care about, our community. Well, Phil, why don't you debate them? Why don't you do this? Listen, listen. If I'm gonna go back and forth with somebody or whatever, it's gonna be somebody black, possibly, right? And that's it. I'm not dealing with them. That's just a waste of time. Because he's not the only one that think like that now. He's not the only one. If it was just him, that's different. But there's many of them that think like him about us as black people. And I've just made that decision that it's nothing to debate about. And I want to tell my people, don't do it. Don't waste your time. Don't fall into that. Well, I'm going to debate them. Because even if you do, even if you just whip their butt in it, it doesn't change anything. That was so much of a waste of your time. You could have took that time to go discuss, why don't you want to debate something? Let's debate on how to make Black America great. Let's debate on how we can get all of us and get to the bag. Let's go talk about that. Let's go talk about getting our own community safe. Let's go talk about raising up the standard of education for our children. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about enjoying ourselves and having a good time and, hey, get back to the family barbecues. There's so many things that we can just talk about within our own community. We don't have time to talk with them about anything. We already know what they own. There's nothing to talk about. I seen them come in the comment section yesterday with the video I made. Yeah, but now they got this new thing. Well, it's a publicly funded a university, so people have a right to come there and have debates. No, you still got to come through the door. I can't go to Harvard University right now and set up a table and just with microphones and cameras at Harvard University. Matter of fact, they wouldn't let me through the door. They're like, who you here to see? Oh, no, I'm coming here to have a debate with the students. They'll run me off of there so quick out of Harvard University. They'll run me off. And if I tell them, well, it's public funds come here from the government, so I should be able to come here and debate. They say, you don't leave, you're going to be debating with the cops because you're going to be going to jail if you don't leave from here. If you want to come here for an event, sir, then you need to go through this office right here and get permits and things like that before you can come. You can come, but you got to get permits. You can't just set up here and You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. And it's the same thing at the HBCUs. You got to go through the office. You got to get sanctioned to go. I can't even show up to the HBCU and set up a table. And I'm black. I got to go through the proper channels too if I want to go do something. Excuse me. Yeah. I don't know what happened. I talked about that this morning. They went from black fatigue to now I want to debate black people. What happened to black fatigue? Like, that didn't work? Like, did the black fatigue go away? Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I'm tired. Well, you can't be that tired. You're showing up at the HBCU. You can't be that tired. If you're tired, just don't even discuss us. Go over there in your enclaves, have a good time, and y'all make your mayo sandwich and your mayo casserole, and just have a good mayo good time. They say things, y'all, just to antagonize black people. These people don't know how to. These people don't know how to feel without black people around. They cannot stand not having access to black people. They don't like that. I seen a young white woman today. She said she had went to HBCU, and then she moved back home to get a job. And she was complaining about, I just miss black people. I don't really like it here. I guess she's saying in a white town. I got friends. I just don't like it here. I just miss black people so much. And she was, and I can clearly see she was genuine in how she was saying that she really missed black people. And I'm like, they all feel like that. They want to be around black people, but they don't. But my thing is, if you can't treat people right, no. But I'm more hardcore about that because I've seen you come around, but you're not coming around for nothing good. You're not coming around to bring great tidings. You coming for something. Well, what do you need? What do you want? You take something from our culture, you say you invented it, and then you're going to make billions of dollars off of it. So I don't even like to see any of that. And I don't even like black people get online teaching dances. I don't like black people teaching slang online. That got to stop. Stop teaching our slang. Stop teaching our dances. If you want to go teach that to each other when we out somewhere. Don't be doing that online so they can go steal it and get millions of dollars off of your ingenuity, your choreography, your hard work. Stop. Because a lot of the reason they learn it is because you're teaching it online for free. If they're going to learn it, charge them. Now let me see. I think I got a little bit left with this guy.
Maybe one of those.
Oh, absolutely. Armed robber, all the ghetto
violent
culture.
crimes.
Basically, take ghetto culture. It would describe this to a T. If you did that over 3 generations, how much violent crime would you have in the 3rd and 4th generation? Much, much less.
Well, I mean, look at your violent crime. You're actually getting worse with your violent crime. Worse. These people act like they don't commit no crimes. But see, that's their problem. See, that was Charlie Kirk's problem. Charlie Kirk was so worried about black people crime, and he wasn't focusing on that white-on-white crime. See, maybe Charlie Kirk would have went to the colleges and universities and been speaking against white-on-white crime, speaking about the epidemic of their young men going into schools and churches and malls and all of that, airing out the place. If Charlie Kirk would have been talking about that and actually making a difference in his community and bringing intervention for those young men in their community, maybe Charlie Kirk would still be here today. Charlie Kirk was taken away by white-on-white gun violence. And Stephen Miller is talking about people aren't nothing. Like, bro, like, what are you talking about? You're not going to address white-on-white gun violence? You talking about people aren't nothing? Remember, they can't take accountability for anything they do wrong. They're like, well, it's mental illness. Well, it's never them. It's never them. It's the mental illness. It's all the rap. Oh, it's the hip hop. Oh, he was listening to hip hop. That's why he got so violent. Okay, there's millions of people listening to hip hop every day, especially millions of black people. I don't go out there and commit no violence. I listen to hip hop, especially when I go to the gym. I haven't committed no violence. And really, if you listen to the hip hop today, the majority of it, it's not really violent like it maybe like back in the day. Because a lot of these dudes aren't really out there like that. They talking about stupidity, but it's not, but you know what I'm saying? It's not nothing lyric like, ooh man, it make you want to go turn up on somebody. This music is no, not this music. I remember the era of hip hop or gangster rap. You ain't got gangster rap no more. Gangster rap is gone. Because them dudes back in the day believed that if you're going to be rapping gangster, you got to live it. So you talking about hip hop. Man, no. No, it's your culture. It's your upbringing. That's what's creating the violence. Then you want people to talk about Charlie Kirk, but you want to address what took Charlie Kirk's life. It wasn't gang violence from blacks. It wasn't the GDs. It wasn't the Crips or Bloods. It wasn't the Vice Lords. It wasn't none of them people, right? It was white on white violence. And y'all still have not talked about that issue that took Charlie Kirk's life. Y'all want to give him a day and everything, but you don't want to try to figure out what caused. And then, okay, they got the guy. They don't even mention him no more. They're not mentioning him. They're not saying much about it. You say you knew Russians in school. The Russian girl's dad was a bodyguard for Putin when he was in the KGB. So I met Trump, and he was talking about these Russian girls. Yeah, I don't care what Trump got going on, be honest with you. I mean, I just don't, when it comes to women, I don't know. I don't even imagine that. Yeah, like I say, praying that it wasn't one of them. Okay, what about drill music? What about it? I hear Chicago drill music. I ain't done nothing to nobody. So what? Listen. Even in a court of law, you could say, well, they'll say, hey, why you shot that person? Oh, well, I'll listen to some Chicago drill music, and that's what made me do it. They'll say, no, you chose to pick up that gun. You chose to load it. You chose to point it. You chose to fire it to take that person's life. It's you, sir. It's not the music. It's you. That's a scapegoat. Oh, drill music. Drill is just a style of music in hip-hop. No music I ever listened to made me want to go harm anybody. Yeah, people try to come here with that silly stuff. Oh, trap music? What about it? What about it? I've listened to trap music too. I haven't dealt no drugs to nobody. I haven't harmed nobody. I'm a black person. So many black people listen to trap, drill, whatever. Anybody who say some stuff like that to me, I'm thinking either you are shucking and jiving, or you one of them folks. That's the only thing I'm thinking. Either or, because a real black person understands that you can listen to any genre of music. That'd be like you watching. Oh, so if you go watch a horror movie, you gonna go out there and go do something to somebody? No, you got your own choices what you choose to do. That's a choice. Okay, all right, y'all. Oh, I didn't realize that we had that many people in here. You say he won't be allowed in our heaven? Yeah. We say we're not against. Well, about the rappers, you can talk about them for a minute. I mean, we can deal with the rappers, but it has to be a community effort. And we haven't had no community effort to deal with the rappers, to deal with the lyric. And also, it's not so much the rappers. Let me back up. Who owns the record labels that these rap? Listen, when Michael Jackson, when that song "They Don't Want to Care About Us," and when he made that line about them folks over there in that other country, you got to watch your say. You know what country I'm talking about. They took that line out of that song. Okay, so they them folks with a record label. Our problem as black people is that we need to create our own music, own, control, distribute. That's it. We should not be signing no label deals with nobody, especially today. Why would you do it? That's dumb today to do that. You don't need to. You can get your own bag your own way. Now, we want to talk to the rappers about that. I believe that should be the first conversation. No more deals with Atlantic, Sony, Warner, none of them deals. Nope. We create our own labels. We do it ourselves. How you let other people control your music? I don't understand that. How another group of people can control your music, your art form. Chinese don't let you control their stuff. That's been our problem. But that's an us problem. You can't really blame the folks because it's us. But all right, y'all. Let me go ahead and get out of here, y'all. But thank y'all for joining us tonight on the stream. Really appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. But thank y'all for listening. And download the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store. Make sure you buy the book, Us versus the Machine. It says Us v. the Machine. Make sure you get that book in Amazon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for listening. Catch y'all on the next one.